Welcome to Atlantic TV, where we bring you insights about everything and anything that is happening around us in Nigeria and the world at large. I am your host, Nefisat Ohunene Abdurrahman, and today we'll be bringing you insights to come 2023 elections. Today with me is a person of Mr. Avotu Johnson the first, the leader of the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party. Good day, Mr. Avotu.
How are you?
I'm doing well. You're looking good.
Thank you so much.
All right. Moving down to our discussion of the day.
Yeah.
Why politics?
Well, politics, they say, is described as the opportunity to control power. And if you are clamoring for change in a society, politics is the best way to perfect your ideologies. And politics is a struggle. It means the control of power for development. So basically, the reason why politics today is because we want to impact change to Nigeria, to our country.
We hope to see that change soon. So tell us, what is the mandate of the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party?
The mandate of the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party is bent on promoting good governance, respect for the rule of law, quality leadership, and the promotion of democracy in Nigeria.
As much as I'm enjoying what you're saying right now,
Yeah.
it makes me feel like I'm hearing it from our past leaders. What distinguishes your party from other political parties?
Well, the Nigeria Youth Democratic Party is a different ball game altogether.
Okay.
This is a movement that has something to do with other African countries. It's not just only a Nigerian dream. The Nigeria Youth Democratic Party is a political influence that has to do with the readiness to control the dividends of democracy. So we are different in terms of carrying out the activities of democracy, politics, media development in all its ramifications, because democracy cannot be discussed out of media. Media plays a very critical role in the development of democracy.
Okay, Mr. Avotu, the first, you made mention of influence.
Yes.
You made mention of media, publicity, to
Yes.
be precise. You also made mention of your party not being about Nigeria alone, but Africa at large.
Yes.
Let me pick it from influence for a start. Do you have representatives from the state level, the council level, the NAS and the State Assembly, National Assembly and State Assembly to be precise?
Nigeria Youth Democratic Party is a formation of local government chairmen, local government party chairmen in the 774 local government areas across Nigeria.
Wow.
We have executive council in the 774 local government area across Nigeria.
Okay.
We have executives in the 36 states of the Federation.
Including FCT?
Yes, we have a regional executive council, that's the 6 geopolitical zones.
Okay.
We have a federal executive council that has to do with federal character. That is where I am chairing as the national chairman.
Leader.
And also, for the first time, we have chairmen in almost 120 countries across the world.
Are you
Nigeria,
serious?
that's Nigerians who are in Germany. We have a Nigeria Youth Democratic Party chairman in Germany.
Okay.
We have in Israel, we have in Palestine, we have in the United States, we have in Dubai, we have in almost in all African countries. So practically what we do, we influence the diaspora membership with what we're doing. That's why we are bold to say NYDP is a political influence that deals with almost 120 million Nigerians across the world. Thank you so much.
So, what is your take on the report about NSAS from the Lagos Judicial Panel? And what do you also have to say about the way that the government is handling the issues that were raised by the youths?
The issue of the inquiry report, the whole world knew, or the whole world knows that inquiry panel did a perfect job.
Okay.
But the perfect job was blacklisted by the Lagos state government when they brought out a blueprint to say this and say that. We have decided to let the NSAS issue go, and we have decided to put our energy on the Nigeria Youth Democratic Party, because you see, the best protest any protester will do for Nigeria now is to take the protest to the ballot paper. We are calling on all Nigerian youths across the world to get back home for 2023 general elections, wear their best shoes on election day, and take their protest to the ballot. Meaning that their protest will be recorded on the ballot on election day. That's why you have seen that we have decided not to protest again on the street. We are against protest on the street. Our protest has been taken to the ballot, and we are waiting for 2023 as if it's tomorrow.
So we are taking NSAS to the ballot paper,
Yes.
to the ballot box,
Yes.
and we have a new president.
That's right.
Nigerian Youth Democratic Party. The key word here is youth.
Yeah.
Do you have an age range for your members?
Well, we don't have an age range for membership, because you see, the laws that guides the establishment and registration of political party does not give us the preference to run a dichotomy of age and gender.
Okay.
Every political party is open to everyone. The word youth on our name is the dichotomy for the pain that these particular people have passed through. Age is nothing but a number. It's not about age for us.
Okay.
It's about the integrity and the capacity of anyone. You can be 80 years and still be a youth by action.
Yeah.
What matters is what you can do. Your youthfulness,
your
capacity is what we are ready to put on ground as record. So the word youth there on our name only represents people with action, people with strength. You cannot be able to put yourself forward for elections and you don't have capacity. That's what we have seen in Nigeria since 2015. People who don't have capacity are in positions where they take decisions for government, and at the end of the day, we see how it affects the development of our country.
Okay, you will agree with me that over the years, the rate of unemployment has increased. Drastically. In fact, if there's anything beyond drastic,
to the extreme, where even an opposition party has scored Nigeria as the poverty headquarter of the world.
I mean, if you look at it, majority of Nigerians are living below poverty line,
yes.
And it's not a good thing. People graduate yearly, monthly, and there are no jobs.
Yeah.
And this has resulted to a lot of rituals, the cybercrime, banditry, insurgentry, and all the negativity you can get in the world. What do you intend to do about this?
Well,
if eventually your party wins.
Yeah, we in our dictionary in NYDP, we don't know anything called if. We prefer you use the word when.
Oh, when.
Because we know that this is a fearful movement that the world is waiting to see. The opposition party, the ruling party, they know that a third force has emerged. And this third force is in the NYDP. Whether anyone likes it or not, it's not about me. It's not about anybody. It's about the future of Nigeria, and that's what counts. So practically, we have designed a calendar to provide us the privilege to provide jobs for our youths. We have a breakdown project that it's going to be providing 1 million jobs in every 3 months for 4 years.
1 million
1 million jobs
is a
in
large number.
1 million jobs in every 3 months for 4 years. It's called WHEN project. WHEN project.
Okay.
WHEN means
Million.
WHEAN. WHEN.
When you say 1 million projects,
1 million jobs.
1 million jobs
For 1 million youths
in 3 months.
every 3 months for 4 years. It's
So,
a blockchain arrangement.
where is that leading us? I mean, we've heard that there are no jobs in Nigeria. So how do you intend to achieve this project?
It's because it's a prototype that we brought from another country to Nigeria. Nigeria is a country that has everything it takes to run. We are going to run an economy without oil. We are going to run an oil blind economy. Nobody has ever heard of that word. If you hear it, know that NYDP is the one who has designed it.
Okay.
NYDP is coming with that's oil blind economy. That's why we said the economy is Christian, good, better, best. We are the only political party in Nigeria ready to contest elections with the blueprint of the economic agenda, which is called good, better, best.
Talking about the oil industry of Nigeria, we all know that Nigeria has relied so much on oil. And
Yes.
I'm glad you talked about coming up with an oil blind strategy to create jobs and boost the Nigerian economy. What other sectors do you intend to improve?
Agriculture,
And
social sector, that's the culture and tourism. We are looking at international trade.
okay,
We are going to die on industrialization.
industrialization is the word.
Production of homegrown Nigerian made products. Our clothes, our drinks, our shelter, everything we do has to be made in Nigeria. Self-reliance is what we want to do.
But I don't know how you're going to do this, but I mean, when the president just came on board, there was this thing of not allowing people buy rice from. It was hectic. It wasn't an easy ride. So how do you tend to achieve that when you see everything we use in Nigeria should be made in Nigeria?
So a group of people who decide to take power by hook or by crook, by lies, by fallacies against the Nigerian people, forgot to plan on what they want to come to do when they take power. But we are a group of Nigerians who understand the gimmicks of leadership, and we have already designed a blueprint to provide Nigerians a blind oil economy where we are going to put every hand on deck on the activities of industrialization, where also you can give back to self-reliance. Anything that is not made in Nigeria
should not
exist.
Nigeria.
Anything that is not made in Nigeria should not be seen. This is an economy who decided to shut the borders against the importation of rice without making provisions for the rice farmers. For us, it's not a bad idea, but it's a wrong approach. And we have decided to say we want to build fountains, not pyramids. The time of building rice pyramid is in the days of the Lord Lugards. No pyramids anywhere in the world. What we see across the world today is fountain. We have seen them build pyramids of stoned rice. When you take a spoon of the rice, the real rice is 10 pieces, while 100 pieces remain stone. That is what the Nigerian people have been forced to eat. And that is what we are going to force them to stop selling to Nigerians.
All right, Mr. Barry. Having heard that, you made mention of international trade.
Yes.
What are you going to do with that?
Export of our goods and services.
Export? You don't import?
Yes, we export for the first.
The international body would like to do such a business? I mean,
of course,
you're not buying anything from us, and you expect us to buy things from you.
The only thing we are going to buy when we take over power is expertise.
Okay.
If any country that has a bilateral business agreement with Nigeria and is not comfortable with selling expertise, then we are not in the deal.
So we buy expertise, they buy our materials.
That's how it is, because we have all it takes. We have the cotton for the clothes. We have the cassava for the pounded yam.
Whatever
we
you
have
want.
everything in this country. All we need is concentration and focus.
And expertise.
So we get the expertise from outside and kill the shots.
Okay. Moving away from all we've been talking about, let's go down to security now.
Yes.
You know, it's one of the major problems we are facing in Nigeria.
That's right.
So what are your thoughts, what are your views on the police reforms now that the states are agitating to have state police?
Well, I think for Nigeria, state police is the best for us because the insurgency, if you look at it classically, one of the reasons why we have insurgency in Nigeria is because we don't have employment for our youths.
Okay.
The people who participate in the insurgents are youths. The people who participate in the electioneering process of stealing the ballot box are youths. The people who do the kidnappings are youths. If these people have jobs to do, they will not have time for insurgencies. They will not have time for the mediocrity of insecurity that we see in Nigeria that is being romanced by this government. We all know that this government is romancing insurgency in Nigeria, using insurgency to loot the Nigerian people's money.
In your view, you feel it's a good idea to have state police?
Yes, state police is the best thing.
And that's going to help curb the security
And
issues.
that is what the NYDP is bent of doing.
All right, let's go for a commercial break. We'll be back if you're just joining us. This is Atlantic TV, and we've been discussing politics come 2023 with Mr. Barry Johnson, the first, the leader of the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Mr. Barry, before we went on break, we talked about insurgency, we talked about electoral bill, we talked about police reforms, and many more. Now, what's your party's position on restructuring Nigeria entirely?
Well, the word restructuring means a lot of things. And it depends on the area Nigerians are yearning for restructuring. If we are restructuring in terms of the Federation of Nigeria as a country, for me, that's number one that we should put on the burner.
Okay.
Nigeria has to be restructured. Nigeria has to give every geopolitical zone the same opportunity every other zone is getting.
Okay.
If you look at the Southeast, there are just 5 states. In landmass, I think they are bigger than some other regions. So what has happened to that? And we also want to talk about the rotational presidency style of leadership. That we are clamoring for that is not on our list. And the restructuring of issues of economic policy and economic recovery activities like resource control. If you provide oil, you control it. If you provide granite, you control it. That will be a healthy competition for the geopolitical zones in Nigeria. And restructuring of the Nigerian police to have state police so that these governors of the state who sign their life as the chief executive of those states and end up remain powerless. They can't take, if something happens in a state, the state government has no constitutional right to take authority over the commissioner of police until it goes to the IG, which is wrong. How many state governors can the IG speak to at the same time if there are issues happening at the same time across the country? So you see, those are lacunas in our constitution. And again, another restructuring that I am very, very interested in is the restructuring of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Restructuring in a way where it should be rewritten. Nigerians have never ever come together to write any constitution. The constitution we have today is a borrowed constitution. For me, it's illegal. For me, it's criminal. But what do? That's the constitution the National Assembly has adopted. So if we look at the restructuring in the terms of our constitution, I think we are going to be on the right track. So for me, the restructuring of state police, the restructuring of resource control, and the restructuring of our constitution are 3 major restructuring that I think should be on the front burner.
Okay.
For me. and for my party.
At the beginning of our discussion, Mr. Barry, I made mention of Nigerian Youth Democratic Party.
Yes.
Do you have an age range? And you said no. Everybody and anybody that is sane and capable is welcome.
Yes.
What do you have to say about women participation in politics?
For me and for my party, we are not interested in the dichotomy of women being separated or women given opportunity. If you look at the landmass of Nigeria, the population cadre, the women score 60%, even 70% of people in Nigeria are women. So if you are 60 or 70%, you don't need to beg to get anything. Like the people who say Nigeria is a youthful country, meaning that 90% or 80% of the citizens of Nigeria are youth. So why should we be begging anybody to hand over power to us? We take it ourselves because we know we are the ones with the highest capacity of number. So the women are being challenged to go out there and take possession of what belongs to them. If a woman comes out, I think what we should be selling is the support for women gender by women gender themselves. When the women are together, it will be hard for anybody to beat them.
So what policies does your party have in place for this affirmation?
Is to educate them, mobilize them, sensitize them, and give them the education they need to understand that they have the power to take a decision as a people.
In the history of Nigerian politics, we've had one or two occasions where women wanted to come out for these positions.
Yes.
But I don't know what happened. It's either they were not voted for or they were not supported.
No, we have some women in the National Assembly. In the Senate, we have like 7 women.
No. Aside from that, what happens to the forefront?
What happens is because the women are not educated enough to understand that they control the bulk of the business of elections and politics in Nigeria. Like you see, the NYDP is not begging anybody to provide the alliance for participation.
Okay.
We have the number. We don't need to beg you. We take it. We take what belongs to us. That's why the NYDP is boasting that we cannot merge with anybody. We cannot merge with any political party. If we see the NYDP in the consortium of partnership with any political association or party, know that they are going to change their name. Because we cannot lose our name to nothing.
Talking about number, and talking about female sensitization in Nigerian
what
politics.
They need is education.
I want to understand. Let's look at it from a percentage rate.
Yes.
What's the percent of women in Nigerian Youth Democratic Party?
It's 70-30.
So, which is 70?
Women.
Oh, wow.
We have the biggest followership of women online than the men, than the young men. We have more women. Even during the NSAS struggle, we saw young women on the streets than men.
Are we expecting to have a female vice president or a female president?
For that, I don't think I can have a say on that. But as an individual, not on a party basis now, as Barry, I will tell you no. And the reason is because we have not been able to have enough education on these reasons why they have to come out. Right now, we have just one female that decided to declare for presidency, and we have several men. So, in the country of 350 million people, populated by women, we have just one person, and she's under the age of 40.
A youth indeed.
Yes. So she's the only one that has declared for now her interest to run for the presidential position. So until this education goes round the corners and meets these women like you to come out and take a decision to fear less and get out of the box, I don't think we'll have a problem in bringing women in almost all the positions of elections from 2023.
Let's move away from the whole gender and number saga in Nigerian politics.
Yeah.
Let's look at the debt burden on Nigeria. Nigeria is indebted to a lot of countries. You will agree with me on that.
Sure.
So, what is your party's position on that?
My party's position is that on the issue of debt, we see in Nigeria almost owned by China. We see Nigeria almost swallowed by China. And we have decided to design an agenda where monies shall be returned and contracts shall be cancelled when it comes to the reformation of debt repayment. These monies were borrowed in the name of projects and were not used. So all those who collected or got paid in the name of this project will make a refund. And in our time, we are going to use the raw materials in Nigeria to settle the bills of the debt that the government of Nigeria has taken over the years. We don't have any finance to pay anybody. We have the materials on ground to pay them. We want to invite China to come to Nigeria, take up the Benin Express Road, get it done and put your toll gate and collect your money and get back to your country.
We hope to have a free Nigeria.
A free Nigeria.
When NYDP comes to power.
That's right.
All right. Okay. The illegal migration of youths. We've had situations where many youths will be deported today. You see another set tomorrow. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I think that problem is caused by bad leadership.
Okay.
And disrespect for the rule of law and no law for country. We have an agenda that will be introduced when NYDP takes over by the grace of God come 2023 as a ruling party, and it's called the 5 C's. These 5 C's will be benchmarked into our educational curriculum. These 5 C's is described as Child Character Correction Control Commission. Child Character Correction Control Commission is a special seed to Nigeria for the reformation of Nigerians to have love for country. If you have love for country, you will not steal Nigerian money. If you have love for country, you will not leave Nigeria and develop another man's country. We have many presidential candidates who live abroad. Sure. Immediately after elections, they go to Dubai. They stay there. When election is 1 year to, they come back and start canvassing for votes. So who helps them to build up in Nigeria they want to come and rule? We want to have a bill in the National Assembly when you are a member of the Executive Council by election or by appointment, commissioner, ambassador, minister, senator, House of Rep, governor, president, you cannot go for medical tourism abroad. If you want to die, die in Nigeria. If you don't want to die, build our hospitals. If you don't want backlash on our academics, your children will not school abroad. They will all school in Nigeria. And if you want them to remove themselves from hard-baked school people, build our schools. So that is going to be one of the reasons why you will see fast growth in our education sector and our health sector, because we are going to ban our officials from traveling abroad for medical tourism and academics.
On a final note, Mr. Barry, what do you have to say to the youths of Nigeria?
Well, the only thing I can tell the Nigerian youth is that the NYDP is not a personal struggle. The NYDP is a struggle of the Nigerian youths. The NYDP is a struggle of all of us. It's not about me as a person. It's about the future of Nigeria as a nation. And we are calling on every youth across Nigeria and above to get back home and participate in the electioneering process of the 2023 elections. And by so doing, go out there, use your phones, get registered, go to the INEC portal online, register, get your voter's card, which gives you the power to operate and to take a decision on who becomes president of Nigeria. Every youth scattered across Nigeria, this is my little opportunity to speak to you. We are not in any fight or any quarrel. All we want you to do is to get back home and see the NYDP as our own, and see the NYDP as that box where we can operate with our own style. We'll see the NYDP as a political platform where even nomination forms will be given free to people who we know have capacity but don't have the finance. The NYDP is the political force that we are asking all Nigerian youths to align with. Don't be deceived by the PDP. Don't be deceived by the APC. Be deceived by the NYDP for the first time.
I believe the youths, myself inclusive,
Yes.
have
diluted what I said.
Diluted it. I've been convinced and not confused, and I hope everybody out there has done the same. Thank you so much, Mr. Barry, for coming. We
Thank
really
you so
appreciate.
much. Thank you for having me.
And that's all we can take on this edition of the show. Join us same time, same station next week. Remember, be good, stay happy, stay safe.